What is the greatest experiment that you've ever had permission to do?
The one that came to mind quickly, it, they really kind of like let go and freaked out and let me just do my thing. It was a large, it was a fairly large company that called me up and said, we want your help to build a millennial training program. And I said, okay, here's how we're going to do it. And I understand the law of diffusion of innovations. It's my religion, the old bell curve, which is if you have high performers, you're going to have a similar percentage of low performers, and you have an average, you have a bell, right? And that's across any size population. And the law of diffusion tells us is that if you can achieve 15 to 18% market penetration, there's a tipping point and it goes mass market. But the problem is most of us aim all of our attention at the market, at the mass, and we ignore this tipping point, these early adopters that you're supposed to aim at first because they have higher risk tolerances, et cetera, et cetera. So they wanted me to develop a millennial training program for a company that's got offices around the world, and I'm supposed to build demand for this, right? So imagine what's going to happen. I know this is what's going to happen, which is here's how they traditionally do things. HQ develops some sort of program and then sends out an email and company-wide communication that says, this is the program, and you will send all your millennials to this program. Your young employees will come to this training program, and they can make all the pitches they want. It's really good for us. It's really good. It'll help us grow, blah, 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 blah. All this stuff, wonderful, wonderful, pitch, 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 sell, sell, sell. And here's what's going to happen. All the phones are going to ring from all of the division leaders from all across the world. And they go, are you absolutely nuts? I'm not letting my people leave for 3 days to come to your training program. We're too busy. Another time. No, that's normal, right? It's because they're ignoring the law of diffusion. So here's what I said. Number one, people have to apply, right? You don't just get given it by virtue of your age. You have to apply to get into the program. Because with law of diffusion and early adopters, you want to create small barriers. We keep trying to remove all the barriers, and you can just sign up online and just click here. No. Small barriers, because you want to distinguish those who are willing to put in a little extra effort versus those who aren't. And they had to write an essay of why they thought they should be included in the program. And we only had 100 seats. And once we filled 100, we were done. So we had a little bit of scarcity, and they had to do work. And we actually read all the essays. We could tell who was just phoning it in. And we read the ones that we thought were legitimate, and we let them into the program. And some people never wrote the essay because they can't be bothered writing an essay. But they would have signed up if it was just a click. So we had 100 people who really wanted to be there. And we paid for them to fly in. They all had to come to New York for the evening meeting, right? So it was after hours. Again, you see, I'm putting little barriers, little bits of difficulty. And I put a simple rule that no one born before the year 1984 was allowed to be in the room, which means leadership wasn't allowed to be there to watch, right? That freaked them out. I was the only person who was allowed to be there who was born before 84. And the program was great, and I gave them a seminar, and it was absolutely fantastic. It was just a pilot, right? It was a fantastic class, and I developed the whole class for leadership built for them. And at the end of the program, at the end of the seminar, I said, okay, this program doesn't exist anymore. You're the early adopters. I said, I want your help to build this program. So I'm looking for volunteers who are willing to help do this. And by the way, I can't guarantee that it's going to help your career. You're not going to be paid more. And you still have to do your regular job back at work. This is going to be in addition. Like 50% sign up to help develop the program organically in their own regions. Okay? They all went back to work. 2 weeks later, the sponsor of the program called me up, furious with me. Simon, what did you do? I said, why? What happened? He goes, all of the division heads from across the country are all calling me, demanding that this program come to their region. I said, yes, that's called demand.